Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check three.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Gun!
He'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Detroit! 3 down. Watch him now, Barney.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to throw now on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney.
Handoff comes to Cook. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 34. They start the drive with Abdullah. And some room to work. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, Really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Green the line! Green the line! Two jet! Two jet!
From the 50, it's Watson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Watson now to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ben Gideon not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back, come back! Hey!
From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Over! Watch it now, Barney!
A give. This is Cook. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They run the counter with Cook, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
On second down, Cook. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gun.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll run for it with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run. And
it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will tie his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come back.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Two jet. Come back. Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And now out comes Minnesota. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit! Three down. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side on target to Thielen. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Leopard! Over!
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone!
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and it certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
No, check, Patriot!
They pitch it out to Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. No, check, Patriot.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Gone!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Over!
Cook following the penalty. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Gone!
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And now running right through it. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Green the line! Green the line! Come back, come back!
On first down, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way. So
they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80! Tiger, Tiger, Tiger! Come back, come back!
On second down, here's Watson. Flush to his right. It's complete. Abdullah. Amir Abdullah. Touchdown, Houston. Amir Abdullah, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will get him one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And Vikings are going to add on to their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Flag 22.
To throw is Watson, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Left side, Cook, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. But that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, it's Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Barkevius Mingo in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now out comes Houston. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Flag 22. Flag 22.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Ben Gideon in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Back 22.
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Anthony Barr in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The return of Cook, a big boost to this Viking offense. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Will Tye with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Watson to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Watson, and he fit nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Over!
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Cook. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Touchdown City, baby. Touchdown City.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Green the line. Green the line.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Down. Green the line. Green the line. Come back. Come back.
From the gun, Watson. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Come back. Come back.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Richmond. Down. Black 22. Black 22. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back.
Watson now, operating from the gun. Room here to run. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Hey, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now a run with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
On
the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. And he's got Will Tye complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
3 down.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Escaping the pressure right. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Black 22. Black 22.
On 2nd and 10, Watson flush to his right. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But
and this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there.
Tiger.
One last throw here for Watson. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota,
I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, on the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bet on bet. I got the demon on flats. I got a in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they spamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what at. I got some that's up in the jet and they know what